What's good, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, and you are looking at a champion today. Today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me. I'm going to the cast party for the Buffy musical. In August, I was part of the 7th annual production of the Buffy musical. If you don't know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the old CW show, had a musical episode titled Once More with Feeling, and every year for the past 7 years, GGNY, also known as the Gay Geeks of New York, has put on a production of that episode, and I was so blessed to be a part of it this year. It's actually my 3rd year participating in it. So later today, we're all going to meet, we're going to have drinks, have food, watch the video of the performance, and reminisce and have a good time. So since I'm getting ready for that event, I decided I would finally tell you all about the event I was in last week, which was Geek Sync. Geek Sync is a lip sync contest put on for the past 3 years by GGNY, which again stands for Gay Geeks of New York. I am not gay, I am a straight ally. Also, as my fave Adrian Expression would say, I am a nerd bitch, you just don't have to accept it. I live for comic books, comic book movies. I'm not much of a gamer, but I can get down. I actually have a second channel called Journey of a Grown Geek Girl, which used to just be Grown Geek Girl, where I discuss comic book movies and video games and cosplay and all of that stuff. As I'm starting to get back into cosplay, mainly because of this event, Geek Sync, I will probably be posting on there again. So if you're interested in cosplay, have any questions about it, make sure you subscribe to that channel as well, because I'm about to be more active than I have been in the past 2 years over there. Anyway, getting back to Geek Sync. This is the 2nd year I've competed. The first year I was going to compete, but the day of the competition fell on the same day as a Weird Al Yankovic concert. Lip sync competition, Weird Al Yankovic. I chose Weird Al Yankovic, pulled out of the competition. So when the 2nd year rolled around, my friends wouldn't let me not do it. They were like, you're doing this, bitch. I don't want to hear no different. The thing with Geek Sync is, it's in the name, Geek Sync. So because we're all geeks, you have to pick a geeky character. And I'm talking about from comic books, from comic book movies, from fantasy, sci-fi, Disney, any piece of media. So I chose Garnet from Steven Universe. Mapped out a routine. The rules of the competition state that your piece has to be 5 minutes, no more. So I had a friend who was actually one of the hosts, Justin, put together my track for me because I didn't have music editing software. He did it for me. We actually went back and forth a few times to get the track under 5 minutes, get everything exactly where I wanted it, and it was great. Now, last year when I competed as Garnet, I was in the midst of my depression. And I was kind of using the competition because I hadn't performed in a few years since before this. So I was kind of using the competition to kind of boost me up. I was like, if I win this competition, it'll be me showing not just the world, but myself that I can overcome, that depression won't beat me down. I can do anything I set my mind to. Like, I was really putting a lot of pressure on myself to kick the most amount of ass and really bring home the gold, as it were. And I was up against some stiff competition. Like, my best friend competed, and we have some talent up in GGNY, so I was really, really intimidated. But we had 2 rehearsals in the space, and a couple of my friends who had come to those rehearsals and seen me perform, they're like, girl, it is your competition to lose. You got this. So I was feeling pretty beefed up. And I was like, you know what? I got this. I walked into the day of the competition thinking that I had it in the bag. And I still gave my best because that's the kind of performer I am. I do not half-ass when I'm on stage. I do everything full ass. And I danced my ass off. there are two levels to the competition. There's the first round where you do the routine that you put together, and then the lip sync for your life round where you pick a song out of a hat or a bowl or whatever they have handy that year, and you do a routine on the spot to that song. They tell you what the songs are ahead of time, so you have a chance to prepare. So if like you don't know the song, you can learn it a few weeks before the competition, so that everybody has an equal shot, basically. Ooh, this is a new foundation. I'm trying the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. Yes, I know I'm late to the game. I'm actually really liking the way this is looking, and it'll get a wear test today. I plan on doing a full face of NYX products soon, so stay tuned for that. So the song I got was, I think, It's Not Right But It's Okay. I can't remember. The thing I remember from last year was that we had the option of switching songs with another performer. So because we knew that ahead of time that we were going to be able to switch songs, I think that allowed some people to prepare what they were going to do. There were people during the second round who had costume reveals and props, and I just got up there and danced. Like, I switched with somebody for, I think, Bad by Michael Jackson. Now, I am a Michael Jackson fan to the max. I learned to dance by watching his videos. So I was like, this is in the bag. All I need to do is the exact choreography from the Bad video. I got this while lip syncing. And I thought I had it. I came in third place. AJ, who you've seen on this channel, I did his makeup. He won. And while I was thrilled for my bestie, because my bestie is a phenomenal performer. He blows me away. I love watching him perform. He's also a puppeteer, and that's what he used in his lip sync. Like, both rounds he used his puppet. He even used it this year, and I lived. You know, every time I see him in his element, it makes me so happy because he's happy. But to keep it 100, I was bitter. I was so bitter. I walked off there like, I really should have won. I didn't win because I didn't have gimmicks, I didn't have props, I didn't have costume reveals. All I did was get up there and dance, and apparently that wasn't enough. And I was so, like, I could blame that a little bit on my depression, because when you're depressed, you either don't feel it all or you feel everything way too much, and my brain just could not handle what I saw as a defeat. Like, it was third place. And I had to tell myself later that I'm like, it's just a fun lip sync competition. Like, it's not like I walked off, it's not Drag Race. It's not like I'm gonna walk off this stage and suddenly be cast in a Broadway show. I'm not gonna be cast in a television show. Like, this competition is not gonna change my life. It did, but I'll get to that. I was bitter for a long time about it. See, the thing about Geek Sync is once you win, you cannot compete the next year, because they want a fresh crop of people. They want everybody to have a shot. So once you win, you can no longer compete. But you have the option of being a judge or co-hosting. So this year, my best friend decided to co-host with the winner of the first year, Magami DeVille, who's my friend Jonathan Soto Reyes. And we were in the midst of rehearsing for Buffy, and both Jonathan and AJ were asking me if I was going to do it. I straight up said no. I was like, I cannot compete with the people in GGNY. I don't want to have to use props or gimmicks or anything like that. Like, I can't compete with that. And I don't want to stress myself out. And both AJ and Magami were dead set on convincing me to perform. I was like, why does this matter so much to you guys? First of all, AJ knows that performing is my happy place. When I perform on stage, that is where I feel the most comfortable. It's where I feel the most of myself. And that's where I feel I belong, is on stage. AJ was like, listen, this is not life or death. I want you to just get up there and just focus on performing. Just don't even think about competition. Just get up there and do your shit. Just have fun. Just don't even Don't even think about the other competitors. Just get up there and do your thing. That's all that matters. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was considering doing it. I was with AJ, I was at the consideration part. Then Megami got a hold of me while we were walking to rehearsal one day. And I was like, I don't know if I should, like I'm still kind of bitter about last year, you know, I just don't know. But Jonathan, looked at me and said, listen, bitch, you're performing on a drag stage in New York City. Not a lot of bitches can say that, so get up there and do your thing. And I was like, what? I mean, he right. I can't argue with a queen, so that was when I made the decision to do the competition. Just for the fun of it, just to say I competed, just to perform, no big deal. So I had actually started to put together a routine based on Storm from the X-Men, who is one of my favorite comic book characters. And for those of you who don't know, who may not be comic aficionados, Storm in the comics used to be married to T'Challa, aka Black Panther. She was Queen of Wakanda for a time. And there was a whole big event for their wedding in the comics, and they are no longer married here. But I was basing my routine off of that entire story, like her being independent, you know, leader of the X-Men. There have been times where she has led the X-Men. Don't come for me. And all of the songs were going to be based on Beyonce, because Beyonce went as Storm for 1 year, for Halloween 1 year, and that's where I really got the inspiration for the routine. I had started putting that routine together on paper. I was going to intercut clips of Storm speaking from the 90s cartoon. I was going to insert clips of T'Challa speaking from the Black Panther movie, like when him shouting Wakanda forever, like that was going to be the way that he got her attention, and then it went into Crazy in Love. And I was pretty happy with that. I was going to download some music editing software, and I was going to make this work. I have a Storm costume already, and it's based on the 1990s X-Men cartoon. So it's the all white with the white wig, and I was gonna get some whiteout contacts. But then Sergio happened. And I'm not changing names for sake of privacy, because he deserves to be called out for this. There is a live action show based on the Teen Titans, which is a group of teenage superheroes led by Robin, Batman's sidekick, his first Robin, Dick Grayson. There was a successful cartoon on Cartoon Network called Teen Titans, which turned into Teen Titans Go, which we don't speak of. Now they are doing, I believe it's already up. I watched the first episode and it was cute, but the day they revealed the cast, it was shown that they had selected a black actress, and forgive me, I do not know her name. If you know her name, please put it in the comments. She is gorgeous. They selected a black actress to portray Starfire. Now, Starfire in the comics is an alien from a planet named Tamaran, and she has orange skin and green eyes. So why there was an issue with her being black, I'm like, they're gonna put her in orange body paint, right? This was before we saw the first on-set photos. So I was like, if they're gonna have her in orange body paint, what is the difference? But you know, racist gonna racist. You started seeing that she was getting all of this online hate. Like, she had to either disable her Instagram comments or delete her Twitter, something. I think she just had to disable comments on her Instagram. And it was atrocious. So one of my friends posted on Facebook about it. He was like, I don't understand why humans are so horrible. Like, she's a character on a TV show. Why is this a thing? Like, why are you guys so mad that a black actress is portraying an alien? Why are you sending her all of this hate? Like, humans disgust me. That's basically what he said. In comes Sergio on Facebook to say, my problem with her is that she's not beautiful enough. Starfire is supposed to be drop dead gorgeous. Starfire is supposed to have men falling at her feet no matter where she goes. And I don't get that from this actress. Then Dan asks him, okay, but would you send her racist comments? And he said, no, I just wouldn't have hired a black actress. Sir, you basically said that black women aren't beautiful enough to portray comic book characters? I was so enraged. But I am past the point of engaging in Facebook arguments with people. Like, there's enough going on in the world that I'm just exhausted, so I refuse to go back and forth, especially with somebody who is willfully that stupid on Facebook. So I just sat back and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change my entire routine. Because if he comes to the competition, I'm gonna work it into the choreography where I walk out into the crowd and kick him in his chest. I was literally like, if he comes to the competition, I'm gonna dare him to tell me to my face that a black woman is not beautiful enough to portray any type of role she is cast in. Go right ahead. Say that shit with your entire chest. I'm getting heated all over again. I'm sorry. So at that moment, everything changed. Found the costume, found the wig, started pulling songs that I think would represent Starfire, because that's part of what you're judged on, is if the music that you select connects with the character. So you have to be creative up in here. After kind of complaining about it to AJ, he said that he would take on the task, and that was the best decision I ever made, because when I went over to AJ's house to do his makeup for our video, we took time after we filmed the video to pull the voices that we pull the quotes that we wanted from the video game, pull the pieces of the songs that I wanted for the track, and then the next couple of weeks he spent the time to edit the track together. And when he sent me the final track, honey, bitch was inspired. Woo! I heard that track for the first time. I texted him. I was like, this is perfect. This is everything that I wanted. Oh my God, I'm so hyped. Like, I'ma do this. I was so happy. Actually, let me backtrack. The first time he edited everything together, he was like, okay, so everything you want, the track is 6 minutes, 51 seconds. I was like, oh no, that's going to disqualify me. I can't have that. So he's like, I'll fix it. We'll edit it down. Do not worry. So he took it upon himself to edit it down. He didn't listen to me, which is, again, the best decision, because I told him to cut out an entire section and he just edited it down to where I only had the important parts. And I was like, thank you for not listening to me. Oh God, this is perfection. I listened to that track every day. Every time I listened to it, I was inspired to do new choreography, add something else or take something away. Like, I think the third time I listened to it, and if you're my friend on Facebook and you haven't seen the video, inbox me and I will send you the clip of my performance. A friend sent it to me through Messenger, and I haven't figured out how to download it from my phone. And because it's copyrighted music, I can't upload it to YouTube, otherwise I would, so everybody can see this glory. I'm actually mad about that. I rehearsed nearly every day after work for a week and a half. I missed the rehearsal that we had because AJ and I were doing another cosplay event. Day of the show comes. So hyped. I was so full of nervous energy, but I was calm. I was like, you know what? We're just here to have fun. We're here. Basically, I wasn't even concerned about the competition part of it. I knew Sergio wasn't going to show up, but I was still gonna take a stand. I even told Megami and AJ, I was like, if I just place, third, second, or first, I don't care. If I just place, I'm going to make a speech to let everybody know where the inspiration for this number came from, because that needs to be called out. So I wasn't even caring about the competition. I did not care. I'm just so proud of this number. I'm so proud to get up here and perform again. I'm ready to go. So I do my number. It was so much more interactive. It was so much more physical. Like, I was dripping sweat. I took all of the criticisms and the mistakes that I had made last year, corrected them, improved, and did my thing. One small hiccup, I had ordered the Starfire costume from a shop that I had ordered my Garnet costume from and my Storm costume from. 2 days before the show, I realized that it wasn't going to make it on time because it was stuck somewhere in the ether, somewhere in some warehouse, somewhere in some sorting facility in China. I couldn't get them to respond to an email. I finally found their Facebook page and was like, what is really going on here? And they're like, we can't tell you what's going on. It's all on my Facebook. I had to scramble and find a replacement suit. Luckily, Amazon had Zentai suits, which is basically just a onesie, a metallic onesie that was in the color of Starfire's original suit. And so I bought that, paid for, it was already Prime, but I paid for it to be delivered the next day, which was Friday, so that I would have it Saturday for the competition. Update on the costume, it's now in LA being shipped to New York. So I'm like, okay, well, if I ever need this costume, I have it. Again, I am getting back into cosplay, so whatevs. I make it to the second round. So they were like, we're gonna tally up the judges' scores, we're gonna tally up the audience scores, and then we'll announce our top 4. So I was like, all right. I was already high from my performance. That was all I needed. I was good. I needed nothing else. They bring us all on stage and announce the top 4. So they were like, we're gonna give the performers a little break and then come back and do the lip sync for your life round. It's not called lip sync for your life, it's just the second round. So sorry, copyright, whatever. Love you, Drag Race. A few days before the competition, they had sent us all a message saying, hey, so you're all gonna be doing Britney songs. Because Britney songs are pretty easy to remember. The only Britney Spears song that I didn't know, like by heart, was Stronger, which, bad Britney fan. So I learned Stronger, and they were only gonna do like 2 minutes for each performer, which was fine. So they called us in one by one. When you got to stage, you pulled from the hat one of the songs. I was the last to perform. The song I got was Toxic, which is actually one of my favorite Britney Spears songs. And my friend Christian, who had competed but not placed, was like, you can use any of my props. So there was a snake on stage, and I used it for Toxic. Like, I'm in love with the snake, and the snake bite is toxic. Whatever. So we perform. They go back and they're like, okay, now we're going to tally the votes and announce our winner. They called the top 4 back on stage. Right, we're doing the Miss America thing. We're holding on to each other. It's like whoever wins, it's gonna be awesome. And I heard Megami say, Slay Dalval, and I heard the crowd erupt. And it was literally like when celebrities are at award shows and they describe the moment they hear their name, where it's like, wait, did they actually say my name? Is it okay to rejoice? Like, what's going on? Like, it took a minute for it to register. It was like, oh God, I did it. I started crying. I was like, this is not life. Oh my God. And I just stood there and I hugged everybody. And then Megami says, do you have any words you'd like to say? Do you have anything you want to share with the audience? People say I kind of yanked the microphone out of his hand. I was like, sorry. If I did, boo, I'm sorry. I don't remember. I remember having the microphone in my hand and I said these exact words. I didn't even want to do this year. I was so messed up from last year that I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I actually had an entirely different routine in mind until Sergio said that a black woman was not beautiful enough to play Starfire. So I have to thank you, Sergio, for if it had not been for your ignorance, had you had never made that comment about black women not being beautiful enough to portray a superhero, this whole routine would not have happened. So I thank you, Sergio, and you can suck my dick from the back. And I stood up there with my arms like this, and the crowd erupted again, and we celebrated with a drink. And I still feel, I still feel elated. I feel elated right now as I'm sharing this with you, because that was a journey. It was a journey. It was going from remembering what happened last year and feeling less than because I didn't do what I felt everybody else was doing, what everybody else was expecting, to no, I'm not doing this, to my friends convincing me to do it, having one routine, and then taking my rage and putting it into my art and using it to fuel me, to being further fueled by the track that my bestie edited for me, to the stage, to winning. So from coming in third to coming in first. Whew. It still amazes me. Again, it's just a fun competition. First place prize was a $75 gift card from Amazon. And the president of GGNY, my good friend Nick, he was like, do not blow this on makeup. Use it to up your game. Because my friends want me to keep cosplaying. They want me to keep performing. I have never heard so many, please never stop performing in my life. And being is that performing is what I do. I've told countless people, I've told my therapist that being on stage is where I feel the most at home. It's where I feel the most myself. Having drag queens who were the judges for this year come up to me and tell me, we want to book you for shows. Having one of them say, I want to take you under my wing and take you to the next level. Like, that was so affirming to me, because if you follow me on any of my social media, you know that last week I was told that the reason I had never progressed in my job was because I don't have a college degree. And the honesty of that is, there's no job that college could prepare me for that I truly want. I found my calling in skincare and makeup. So hearing that from my job immediately went to, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to throw myself into my YouTube channel. I'm going to throw myself into makeup and perfecting my application. I'm going to throw myself into saving money for beauty school so that I can become an esthetician. I'm going to throw myself into my cosplay. I'm going to throw myself into my performances. I'm going to focus on all that I create. I'm going to focus on my creativity and my art, my expression, because that's where I truly come alive. That's where my strengths truly lie. And so to 2 days later be affirmed. I said it wasn't a life-changing competition. For me it was, because it showed me that this is what you're meant to be doing. Just like meeting Makeup Shayla and having her shout me out on her Instagram stories And having you all here, I think I'm 85 or 86 strong, and the engagement that I have on Twitter, all of it shows me that I'm going in the right direction. And I'm getting emotional because I felt so beaten down because of basically being told you're not enough because you don't have this little piece of paper. You didn't spend tens and thousands of dollars and go deeper into debt to get this little piece of paper that would make you valuable to us. To going on stage and giving literally my blood, sweat, and tears and having people say, please never stop doing this. I want to help you be better. I want to put you on stage. That's it. I've endeavored to meld my love of both makeup and cosplay. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Like, if you want me to do tutorials on the makeup looks that I choose to do for my cosplays on this channel, let me know down below. I will gladly do that for you. I'm going to go ahead, finish my makeup off camera, and I'll come back to give you guys my final thoughts. And we are back. Threw on a hoodie because I'm getting ready to go, put on my wig. Not sure how I feel about this one just yet. This is a brand new one straight out the box. I love being blonde, but she kind of cute. Let me wrap up because I'm gonna be late if I sit here another 10 minutes. If there's anything besides everything else that I have already stated that I can take away from this is, in the words of Carrie Fisher via Meryl Streep, take your broken heart and turn it into art. That's what I did. And it remains to be seen where things go from here, but the future's looking really bright and I have my shades handy. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to know what's on my face, leave a comment down below. I'll try to remember to list them. Hope you all have a great, great day. I know there are a million videos you could have watched today. I thank you for coming to Slay. Bye.